I'm Amber from Amber's Craft Week blog. Happy spooky season, everyone. It's time for the next video in our Pokemonbounding series, and since it's October, I figured that why not go for a ghost type Pokemon? So today we're going to be putting together a Misdreavus look. So Misdreavus is mostly like a navy blue color with some pink accents, so pink necklace-like thing going around her neck, pink eyes. So I figured that I would wear things that were a combination of navy blue or pink. I have on the romper that I wanted to use for this look. You'll see the full thing in a moment, but it has this really cool blue ombre fade train. So I don't know how well you can see that in here, but this is the train. It's a maxi romper. And this time around I did not make my own overskirt, I just bought it like this, but you could make an overskirt using the process similar to the one that I did in the Ghastly video. And then to kind of match Misdreavus' color scheme, I decided to go with dark eyeshadow and then pink lips to match the pink of her eyes. I'm also going to be using a temporary dye to dye the ends of my hair pink. And then the last step is going to be making Misdreavus' necklace, I'm going to call it. I don't know what those little beady things around her neck actually are, but it looks like a necklace, so that's what we're going with. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pink necklace for your Misdreavus look. It's super easy, you probably already know how to do this, but I'm going to give you a tutorial in case you don't. And then at the end we're going to pull the whole thing together so you'll see the necklace, the pink tips in my hair, and then also you'll get to see this romper in all its majestic glory. So let's get right into the project. To make this project you will need some wooden beads in a variety of sizes. I'm only going to be using the two largest sizes, so this size here and then this size right here. It's ideal if you buy them already in pink because then you don't have to paint, but if you have some wooden beads on hand already, then you can just go ahead and paint them pink. If your beads aren't yet painted, then you'll need some paint and a paintbrush. I have here Apple Barrel's bright magenta paint. Misdreavus' necklace is more of a hot pink, but this is what I had on hand and I didn't want to buy a separate paint for this project. You're also going to need some elastic. This one is really old, so fingers crossed that it still works. And lastly, you'll need some scissors to cut your elastic. I went ahead and painted my beads in advance. So from here, all we have to do is string them onto the necklace. So if you buy them and they're already pink, then you just have to string them on and you are good. I have here one of the largest type of beads, because if you look at Misdreavus, that little dot on their chest, the very center one is larger than the others. Now the others do taper a bit more and I could have painted some more sizes, but I wanted to keep things simple. So I just made all the others the next largest size. So we're going to take our elastic, and I want to have plain to work with, so I'm going to take a bit of elastic and make sure it's big enough to fit over my head. I don't have enough beads that it's actually going to fit over my head, but with stretch it should be able to do that. So I'm just going to take about this much elastic, and again this is a lot more than we're going to need, but I want to make sure I have really long ends to tie because I'm bad at tying elastic. So now we're just going to snip. And then it's time to string on the beads. So I'm going to put on the very center bead first. And then I'm just going to string on beads on either side of it. So I'll do one on one side. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're just going to keep repeating this process. So sliding one on the one side and sliding one on the other side. Until we've used up all of our beads. Now a good question is how many beads to use? That's going to depend a little bit on the size of the necklace you're making. So if you're making this for an adult, like I am, because I'm making it for me, you may need to make it a little larger than if you're making it for a child. So I have, I think, 21 beads here, the big center one, and then I have 10 on either side. But this may be more or fewer than you need, I don't know. I just kind of like used a choker I had and eyeballed how many beads I would need based on that. It also depends on how tight fitting you want the necklace to be. So if you want it to be really choker-like, you're going to need fewer. This one's probably going to be fairly tight, but if you want it to be less choker-like, then you'll want more. So this is what the necklace looks like. Now it's time to tie it off. I'm just going to tie it right here. And so as you can see, I cut way too much elastic, but that's fine. And we're going to want to make sure after we tie it that it stretches over the head. So I'm just going to go ahead and start tying. We're going to put a few knots in here because I really want this to stay nice and secure. And I'm not going to cut the strings yet until I test it. Going over my head. And with elastic or fishing line, when you're working with these, if you want to make sure that the ends don't unravel, you can put a little dot of clear nail polish over it at the end, and that will help keep it in place. Now I'm going to off camera try stretching this over my head. All right, it's going to fit now. You can notice already that because my elastic is really old, it stretched out a bit when I was trying it on. If you have newer elastic, that shouldn't happen, but my elastic is really old, so that's why that happened. But essentially, our necklace is done. I'm going to add a little dot of clear nail polish here because I forgot to get that out. And then I'm going to cut the ends of the strings. Here is the finished look. As you can see, I went ahead and dyed the ends of my hair pink. I used the Colorista hair makeup for brown or black hair in the color raspberry. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd love it if you gave it a like or let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for Pokemon you'd like to see covered next, feel free to suggest them. Thanks for watching and have a great day.